Coming up on this week's edition of Inside the Huddle with St. Scholastica, let's look back at the Saints home opener. Get a football lesson with defensive coordinator George Pennery. Get to know some upperclassmen who are leaders on this year's team. Get a preview of the Saints' 2 upcoming road contests. That's next on Inside the Huddle with St. Scholastica. Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Inside the Huddle with St. Scholastica Football, a 5-week seasonal series bringing you inside the Saints football program. I'm your host, Angie Avestris, coming to you just down the street from campus in beautiful Duluth. It was a great weekend for football as the Saints kicked off the home portion of their schedule here in Duluth with a matchup Saturday against McMurray. Former St. John standout Todd Fultz joins head coach Kurt Ramler to break down the game and get the inside look from the head coach.
Another beautiful day here in Duluth and a great win for Coach Ramler and his Saints 22-10 victory over McMurray.
Yeah, we found a way to win, and it's always good to get the W in the home opener and start off conference play. We're really excited about this season. It's a new team. We're really still kind of finding our way, but tremendous to have the home crowd here and get off to a win.
Mason Bloomquist, the Owatonna product, really set the tone today, especially on the defense, with some big hits and some big sacks.
Yeah, big time. Mason ended up with 3 sacks, a couple that he really just came through and closed on the quarterback and delivered a great blow. Mason's a superstar, plays really well at linebacker. We brought him a couple times, and Mason makes plays.
Coming off a tough road loss last week, 17-16 at Ripon, how important was it to get that initial blow delivered to the other team today and get control of this game?
Yeah, I think it was great. I think today's feel was a little bit like last week's feel. Clearly the better team, but we needed to put them away. And I think it took us a little bit, but in the second half, we did that and put them away.
Preston Robinson, Northfield superstar running back, up here, 25 carries, 138 yards, including 2 or 3 highlight level runs. He's been a mainstay for you this year, and what do you expect for him as we continue to go through the season? Do you continue to see multiple carry games for him?
Yeah, I think the word with Preston is electric. He's really come into his own. He's really started to really, I think, take that next step as a football player and a dominant runner or playmaker with the ball in his hands. He ended up with over 125 yards today, or I think he had 125, and he did a great job.
St. Thomas Academy star Jack Miller, part of the Rat Pack, the 5 seniors who are all starting on the defensive side of the secondary, comes up with a big pick.
Yeah, they tried to go to his side with a little pump action, pump and go, and you can't fool Jack Miller on a pump and go. He's too savvy.
Another great day in Duluth. My goodness, the sky is as blue as you can believe, and it is absolutely gorgeous here. What a great place to play a football game and for the fans to come out and watch a game.
Doesn't get much better. I know the guys, I think, are heading to the lake after the game, possibly to take a little dip, celebration, victory, but yeah, it doesn't get much better than a beautiful fall afternoon.
Great day here just off of Lake Superior in Duluth. The Saints end up 1-1 now on the season and head to Eureka next week. We wish you the best, Coach. Back to you, Angie.
Coming up, get to know some upperclassmen who are leaders on this year's team. Get a preview of the Saints' 2 upcoming road contests. And up next, get a football lesson with defensive coordinator George Pennery. It's all next on Inside the Huddle with St. Scholastica. Inside the Huddle is brought to you by the College of St. Scholastica, providing intellectual and moral preparation for tomorrow's leaders. The world needs more Saints.
The type of education you get here is second to none. They place a lot of emphasis on education and academics, and that's real important. So here you get the best of both worlds. You get a winning tradition in athletics, and then in the classroom you get the best academic possible.
The way they bring you in and the way they want you to learn and become a person as you come here and grow as one. St. Scholastica really knows how to treat you with the small class sizes, and you can really go to the teachers and whatever you need and they'll help you out like that. It's amazing.
And being here at St. Scholastica, I mean, the teachers, are super helpful and they want to help you, they want to see you learn, they want to see you succeed. So being able to focus on academics here is a lot easier because you have all these supporting characters.
CSS is a great place. Classrooms are really small. After class I can stop, I can talk to my professor. Hey, I got this question for you, and they'll sit down and they'll help you answer it. If they got another place to be, they'll set up office hours for you. It's awesome.
Welcome back to Inside the Huddle with St. Scholastica. From beautiful Duluth, Minnesota, I'm your host, Angie Avestris. Each episode here on the show, we bring you inside the Saints football program to see the game through the players and coaches. This week, defensive coordinator George Pennery took a break from coaching to hit the field with his players to pass along some of his knowledge to us as he teaches the game of football.
Hi, my name is George Pennery. I'm the defensive coordinator at St. Scholastica. With me today is one of my linebackers, Mason Bloomquist. Mason is from Owatonna, Minnesota. What we're going to do today is a simple run-pass reaction drill that teaches the linebacker, one, how to read the run, fit his gap, okay, and then also how to pass drop, all right, both right and left. So Mason here, okay, he's going to be the linebacker about 5 yards, all right, in front of the coach and or one of his teammates. Me as the linebacker coach or one of his teammates, I'm going to simulate some of the run blocks that Mason would see during the course of a game. So we'll work we'll work 3 different blocks today. We'll work an inside run, we'll work an outside run, and then we'll also work a pass drop. So number 1, so I'm the offensive lineman. It'll go on my movement, okay? And then Mason will simply react, all right, to my movement. Okay, so I'm the offensive lineman. I get down, okay, simulating, all right, one of the blocks that they will see. So if I were to climb straight at him, Mason is gonna come downhill, all right? He's gonna take me on with his inside arm on the breastplate, outside arm, trying to pin the elbow, okay, and he's gonna work half a man, all right, and then fit his gap. And then Mason would go back. Okay, the second block that Mason might see is an outside run. So the offensive lineman would simulate a block like that, like this. Mason will then work, and then get over the top, all right, with a rip, and then fit the gap on the outside. So we reacted to an outside run there. And then finally, we'll incorporate the pass into this drill. So the offensive lineman, he'll get down, he'll simulate a hi-hat read. All right, Mason will then pass drop, okay, and then level off at about 15 yards from the football. So as we put it all together, okay, so Mason, you're not gonna see what block I'm gonna give you right now, and this will be full speed. So if I give you outside run, I want you to club and go over the top, okay? All right, here we go, set, go. Good, okay? So as you can see, it's on my movement because he doesn't know the snap count. He's also, his eyes, okay, are locked into the guard. And he's reading through the guard to the backfield. Set, go. Good, he takes on an inside block. Okay, takes on an inside run block. All right, getting extension, finding the football. Eventually he would rip off. And then finally, okay, and then he would level off. Couple keys to that drill. All right, is our visual key would be the uncovered offensive lineman. From there, he corresponds his techniques with the blocks that I have. All right, so inside run, now he's fitting the gap downhill. Outside run, he crossover runs and gets over the top. On pass, okay, he opens up at a 45-degree angle and then gets back to his zone. So thank you guys. Thank you to Mason today, and hope you enjoyed our video. Thank you.
Coming up, get to know some upperclassmen who are leaders on this year's team. Get a preview of the Saints' 2 upcoming road contests. It's all next on Inside the Huddle with St. Scholastica. Inside the Huddle is brought to you by Benedictine Health System. Living fully, living well. By BSN Sports. Feel the strength. By Hermantown Federal Credit Union. We're here for you when life happens. By Hail Pros, the roofing specialists at hailpros.com.
This Benedictine moment focuses on one of the core values of the College of St. Scholastica, the love of learning. Love of learning is about being open to the moment and taking advantage of all that life has to offer. At the College of St. Scholastica, our student athletes take love of learning to heart, as demonstrated by last semester's team grade point average of 3.0. Our guys are true student athletes. They hit the books just as hard as they hit on the field. The love of learning comes to you in many different ways. You can learn many things through life's experiences, or you can learn things by learning a new computer program or mastering a classical piece of music. Maybe it's learning next week's blocking schemes or a new card game for the long bus ride ahead. Whatever it is, doing it the Saints way means being committed to the love of learning. The love of learning requires a personal dedication and taking to heart the idea of learning the truth, loving the truth, and living the truth. That's Saints football and one great Benedictine moment.
Welcome back to Inside the Huddle with St. Scholastica. I'm your host, Angie Avestris. For the Saints to have another successful season, they need to continue to get big-time play from their upperclassmen who work hard to elevate this football program to the next level. This week, we profile some leaders making a big difference both on and off the field.
Mitch Enoch, senior weak side linebacker, punt returner.
Jack Miller, senior cornerback.
Xavier Rhodes, senior defensive back.
Johnny Mike, senior cornerback.
Brady Fish, I'm a senior defensive back.
I went to St. Thomas Academy, and it's a smaller private school. So after that experience, I knew that I wanted to go to a private college as well. I like the smaller class sizes environment, and so that was a big thing I was looking for.
The small class size is what actually stood out the most to me, and talking with the professors, they really treat you like an individual and they get to know you as a person. It's not just like it's not another number to them, it's an actual person, and they'll even give you their phone number, their email, so you can contact them at any time you need.
You know, you pay for college, so it's not just for football, you know, you got to get education as well. So I asked around about the teachers, and everybody said they loved the teachers here, and Duluth is a great place. There's so many things to do, and then the small class sizes as well really stuck out to me, and then the campus too.
I also wanted to be outside of the Twin Cities, so I kind of felt like I was on my own for college. And Duluth and St. Scholastica was kind of that perfect in-between for me.
Yeah, coming from the cities up here in Duluth, it was definitely different. Just being down in the cities is just a different way of life, and then come up here, just not really as busy, but it's a great city up here, and I really enjoy it. The people are outstanding up here. I really enjoy the community, and it really is just a big family. Everybody's just nice to each other, and it's just something I love.
I'm majoring in economics and minoring in finance. After college, I'd like to get into financial advising, helping people with retirement and managing their portfolios.
After college, I plan to work in pediatrics as a nurse. I'm not sure where yet or what city, but I want to be a pediatric nurse.
I'm majoring in graphic design, and after college, I hope to get in some business where I'm making logos or somewhere down that road with companies.
I'm studying nursing and biology, and what I want to do with that is I want to potentially be a nurse practitioner.
I'm an accounting major, and after school I hope to pass my CPA and be able to work in public accounting.
The Rat Pack is a group of 5 DBs starting here at St. Scholastica. Comprises of me, Jack Miller, Brady Fish, Xavier Rhodes, and Mitch Enoch.
Yeah, the Rat Pack, you know, we're the 5 starting defensive backs. We weren't all starting at first, but we kind of all became buddies and kind of rose through the ranks together. And then our junior year, we knew we had an opportunity to all be starting at once. So that's kind of how the bond was started, I guess.
Ever since we started calling ourselves the Rat Pack, all the offensive guys started trying to pick on the Rat Pack. So it kind of stuck that way, as it was more of like a battle between offense and defense, and the Rat Pack just stuck. And we're all really tight, and we're really close together, group of kids.
I guess we're kind of the unsung heroes a lot of the time, because everybody's looking at the offense. You know, they score all the touchdowns and do all the glory, so we're kind of flying under the radar. So that's kind of where I think the name Rat Pack came from and kind of stuck to.
The Rat Pack is just our 5 senior DBs that been together since freshman year, and we continue to grow and finally started with each other, and it's a crazy group, and I love every one of those guys like my brother. I don't know what I'd do without them here. If I have any problem, they have any problem, we come to each other and we work on it, and it's a unique bond that I'll cherish for the rest of my life.
Having that group of the Rat Pack, the 5 guys, and the 5 starting defensive backs on the defense, I think that'll be a great bond down the road, just to tell stories back and forth to, again, at each other's weddings and, further down the road.
Oh yeah, that's what I look forward to after college, is being able to keep those connections with those guys and telling the stories that we lived through in these 4 years and the experience that we all dealt with.
Coming up, get a preview of the Saints' 2 upcoming road contests. That's next on Inside the Huddle with StScholastica. Inside the Huddle is brought to you by the College of StScholastica, providing intellectual and moral preparation for tomorrow's leaders. The world needs more Saints.
Coach Ramler, he's a crazy guy, unique, joking, but when he gets down to business, you got to get down to business too. He expects a lot out of us, and he wants us to be men, and that's what he's looking forward to. Football players second, but it all starts with being men first.
Coach Ramler, he's a good guy to be around. He's fun, he's energetic, he jokes around with you, but when it's time to be serious, he's serious, and he's a guy that you really want to play for. You really don't want to let him down, but he's there for you all the time. If you need to be picked up, he'll pick you up.
Coach Ramler, he's an ultimate player's coach. I've never been the kind of guy that really responds well to when a coach yells, and he understands that. He was a great athlete when he was playing in college, and I think that kind of helps the dynamic. He understands you as a player, and he'll help you through it. He's not going to scream at you or shout or anything like that. So, he's a great coach.
Coach Ramler here, he's a very good coach. He's a very people person. He takes care of us, and he looks after us. Like we do a bunch of drills that he wants us to practice not only on the field but off the field, and he wants to bring us up as adults, gentlemen to everybody.
Coach Pennery is really the guy who has had the most influence on me as a defensive player. In high school, I was more of an offensive weapon, but after coming to StScholastica, I became a defensive player, and he's one of those guys that you just want to play for. He makes you want to play before the game. He makes you play during the game. If you need to be picked up, he's right there to pick you up, and he's there to congratulate you and make a great play too.
It's great playing for both of them. As coaches, they're both guys that you can tell care about you. They care about every player on the team. So when you're out on the field, and even when you're watching film and stuff, you want to understand the game and play as well as you can for your teammates and for them. They really help you get there.
Welcome back to Inside the Huddle with StScholastica. I'm your host, Angie Avestris. The Saints are now hitting the road for their next 2 matchups starting on Saturday when they head to Illinois to face Eureka. It's a big matchup, and to look at what lies ahead, Todd Fultz joins Coach Ramler to preview the Saints' upcoming week.
Coach Ramler, big win on Saturday, but now traveling to Illinois to play a very difficult Eureka team.
Yep, this will be, everybody in the conference brings their A game for us. We have a target on our chest as the returning conference champions, so we know each team is gonna bring everything they have. We have to match that with our effort, our determination, and we look forward to the challenge.
Eureka is a tough team with some very strong matchup problems. For you, where do you see the key matchups next week?
Well, we're going to have to make sure we put some pressure on their quarterback, so our D-line is going to really have to come through and put some pressure on. Also on the perimeter, our receivers are going to have to create some separation, either with technique or with a great route or with a burst. I think those are going to be pretty key in this matchup.
Dakota Paulson played a great game last week and another solid performance on Saturday. Where does he fit into the equation?
Well, he's just a great leader. He's doing a great job growing into his role as starting quarterback. Things are starting to click for him, and I'm really excited when he really starts grooving.
Turnovers were a key at Ripon. Saturday, 1 turnover, and you got the win. How do you slow down the turnovers from 5 to 1 and carry that through the rest of the year to give your team a chance to win?
I think it happens with great practice habits. You got to make sure that you're taking care of the football, keeping it high and dry, making great decisions at the point of attack at quarterback. You know, and we created some turnovers with our defense. We fly around, we get after it. So we emphasize that every day, and we just got to keep making sure we get a little better with our practice habits each practice.
22 UMAC Conference straight victories here for St. Scholastica. That's a big notch in the hat for you. How does that affect your team as you prepare? Is there pressure on that each week? And how important is it?
You know, it's vital. It's vital. We got to win each game. You know, our goal as a program is to repeat as conference champions. In order to do that, though, we got to stay focused on each game in front of us. That's key. Our guys are great at that. They're really good at making sure they're fully focused and honed in on the upcoming opponent.
22-10 victory in Duluth. Saturday for the Saints over McMurray. The team travels to Eureka in Illinois with a 1-1 record. Good luck, Coach, against Eureka.
Giddy up.
That will do it for this week's edition of Inside the Huddle with St. Scholastica, your weekly look inside the Saints football program. To follow the football program and all Saints sports, visit csssaints.com. For Todd Foltz and Coach Ramler, I'm Angie Avestris. Thanks for joining us on Inside the Huddle with St. Scholastica.